Hey there. How is everybody doing today on Monday? It's so weird. In the back of me here, it looks like there's like a play, like a push like video sign. Are you guys seeing that too? It totally I was looking at my reflection on Zoom and I was like, is it pushing play? Like, what is that back there? And it is just the way that the sun is coming through on my wall. Weird, huh? All right, you guys, I have something to say to you today that I have been wanting to say to you for a couple of weeks. And I want to first start by saying how proud I am of this team and the leaders that are on it, because I took some time off in August and September from doing team calls. The reason why I did this is because it's important as a leader, A, to rest, B, to give your leaders a chance to lead, and C, to listen to your intuition. And so that's what I did in August. Never in 7 years have I not held a team call every week. So what I loved about that time was it gave me the space to regroup and decide what I really want to say to you, what I really want to teach you. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. So I'm so excited about that. And the best thing that came from that, and it wasn't like I just disappeared, by the way, right? All of my jewels knew that I was taking time off. And so they were leading their teams behind the scenes. This is important to know. I didn't just disappear for a month and a half. I communicated with all of my team leaders. And as a team, they took care of their people. And then I was working with my individual people outside of them, one-on-one behind the scenes. We just weren't having like a formal call. But what was so fun to see was the new leaders that emerged from it, the new way that people started leading their teams, the power hours that started popping up, the events that started being held because I wasn't there doing it. So what I want to say to you first and foremost is that you don't have to wait for anyone to lead you. You lead you. I was still leading myself, developing new fast start silvers and senior silvers, and 2 of them almost to gold. And sometimes as a leader, when you feel like you don't know where to start, or you want to start growing your team again, and you don't know where to begin, I promise you it's always here. Always restart here with you in your center, in your core. That's where to begin. That's always where to begin. And what does that look like? Making a post, going live, and centering with your story, what the products have done with you, for you, what the business has done for you. Recenter. Go back to the very beginning where it all started. Why did you start this? Why did you begin? Why did you ever want to share? Tell me in the comments, those of you that are answering some of these questions in your mind when I'm asking them, why did you begin telling people about this? For me, I felt so good. And I wanted everyone to know about it. And then I had this little voice in my head that was like, what if I could make $1,000 a month? If I could make $1,000 a month, then Sean wouldn't have to work on Saturdays anymore. And then I could sleep in and he could make the pancakes. And so I started telling people about it. And I remember that excitement, that curiosity. that wonder, maybe this could work, that motivated me, that sparked me. That's what I want you to center yourself in. If you right now are feeling like that flame has been lost or like you don't know where to start again. Rachel says, I shared because I wanted to help others and how much better you felt. Yes, same. Emily says, because I want health and wellness for myself. I want my family to be happy. I want to share and help everyone live and feel their best life. Yes. Lauren, I really started sharing and reaching out because I have been blessed with income that has helped and know there are others that need that financial help too. Yes. So good. This is what I want to be in the forefront of your mind today, now. And it's what you recenter yourself with whenever things start to get muddy and you get thinking, why am I even doing this? What is it even helping? Everyone's saying no anyway. Nobody comments on my post. I can't ever get anyone. When all that starts coming back in, which it does, that's when I want you to recenter. Bring yourself back to core. Bring yourself back to why you started and the feelings that you felt, that excitement, that curiosity, that desire to help. That is where, if you will post and reach out from that energy, it will change everything in your business. Okay. So from there, have you been taking a break? You don't have to put it in the chat. I just want you to ask yourself this question. Have you been taking a break from your business and from your original mission? Why you started this? Like there's this physical break that you may have taken over the summer, or maybe you didn't. Either way, ask yourself the question, have you been taking a break? What I'm more curious about is, have you been taking a break emotionally from your mission? Your original mission that started it all. Your mission that motivated you to share, to dream, to believe that this would be the thing to change your life. Have you taken a break from that? It's fine if you have. It makes so much sense why you have. You're human. We don't like to expand energy. We want to sit and be comfy. We want to watch Netflix and eat cookie dough and use our microwave to heat up pizza. Or we want to just, I'm not saying we just like want to sit around and eat unhealthy. That came out wrong. Like those of you that are like eating your grilled chicken and your veggies, great. Yeah, that also, if you're not working on your business, you're staying comfortable and you're avoiding discomfort, right? You get what I'm saying here, yes? Whatever that looks like for you, where you have taken a break from your mission of what you really wanted and why you started doing it. And then you might be beating yourself up. Shouldn't have stopped. Had such great momentum. Wish I wouldn't have given up. It would be easier if I would have never stopped. What I want to offer to you is that you're just wrong. You're wrong about all of it. You were totally supposed to take a break. You were totally supposed to rest. And now I'm just giving you permission to release any of that like judgment, shame, doubt, like just release all of it. Let's just leave it behind. Let's leave it in the past with your break. Let's just be like, okay, we're done with that. We took a break. Good for us. Now we are centering ourselves again. Let's go. Leave all that in the past, right? The time to come back is now. this is the time to come back. This is the time to restart. And if you spend all of your time thinking about how you should have never stopped, then you're going to be even further behind 3 months from now. And you're going to be so mad that you missed the chance to grow your business with us over the next 90 days. This is such a fun time of year to build a business. It's such a fun time of year to help people catch the vision of what you once caught or have currently caught. It's the perfect time to restart. It's the perfect time to just pick it back up again. I promise you, no one's even noticed that you're gone. You don't even need to like make some post that's like, you might have noticed I stopped posting about plexus. Don't say that. We don't need to say that. They didn't notice. They've been too consumed with themselves, I promise. They don't even know you're gone. Just step back in and start again. We don't need some big announcement. The big announcement that we need is, hey, I just want you to know that this is the perfect time for you to invest in yourself. This is the perfect time of year for you to hit the restart button. And I have a restart for you that's going to give you results in 3 days. When I started, it took 2 weeks. Guess what? We have this amazing metabolic reset that's going to change your life in 3 days on a cellular level. You are going to have more energy. You're going to lose weight. You're going to possibly lose inches. We don't have clinical evidence saying that they will. So that's why I'm like, possibly you might. Haven't seen anyone to not lose inches. They've all lost inches, but we don't have clinical trials proving that they will. So we can't make that claim. And when you start with me this month to help you get the results, lose the last 10 pounds that you've never been able to lose, get the energy back that you thought was gone. When you restart with me, I have a code and a special link that are going to take 20% off. This is how I say it in a post. I'm telling you how I explain to people that it's 10% off and we have Sam 2020 code, right? But if I'm like, oh, there's this, then people are like, they go to the website, they buy it. I don't know. They don't get attached to me. I don't get to help them. They don't get the support they need. No. So the way that I get people to message me is I say, I have a special code and link that takes 20% off. I don't say Plexus is taking 10% off. And then I have this code that takes 10% off. And then you're going to get this bag of product. And then no, stop. You lost them already. It's when you message me this month, I have a special link and code that are going to take 20% off and you're going to get a free product with purchase. It's going to give you the version of yourself that you've never been able to get back, but you've always wished was there again. I hope you'll have the courage to message me and reach out because I'm so glad I did. That's the post. That's the post, my friends. And then you're talking about it in your stories. Drinking my pink drink. Love my magic pink drink. Makes it so that I can have a Haagen-Dazs bar and not feel bloated the next day. Although, funny thing, I couldn't even finish the Haagen-Dazs bar because I did the restart and I literally have zero desire to eat sugar. I have to consciously pick it up now because I'm not thinking about it like I used to. Because my cravings are gone on a whole new level. Right? Like that's how we make it authentic. That's how we build it in. That's how we show people that this is different, that this is like nothing they've ever tried before. And that, because here's the thing that you need to realize when you're talking to people, when you're selling them your product, They are just afraid that it's not going to work for them. Sure, it worked for you. They're so happy for you. They totally believe your results. But they did this one thing this one time and it didn't work, and they don't want to go through that again. They don't want to be disappointed again. So you need to speak to that fear and say things in your stories like, I know you've tried things like this before. You might have even tried this with me before we had this 3-day game changer. This 3-day reset is different, and you need to message me because you are going to get results in 3 days and your mind is going to be blown. And it's going to give you exactly what you want so that you don't have to start another year behind the 8 ball. You don't even need to wait till New Year's to set your goals. You're going to be so far ahead by then with this reset that you are going to be able to have goals in the new year that you've never even dreamed about having. See how I'm taking them to the destination before they're there with that wording and that verbiage? I'm not saying like, don't wait till January to start your weight loss goals. Like they're going to tune that out. They know, right? They're already telling themselves after the holidays. The way you're going to catch their attention is with verbiage of Hawaii. And I don't mean the jewel trip. Okay. When I say Hawaii, what I mean is that we don't want to tell them about the airplane ride to Hawaii. That's the boring part. Well, your flight's going to leave at this time and you're going to board the airplane and you're going to sit and then you're going to watch this video and they're going to buckle your seatbelt. Like telling them what the airplane ride's going to, and then this flight attendant's going to ask you what you want to drink. Then they're going to ask you, do you want the peanuts or the pretzels or the whatevers? They know. What's going to sell them on doing this with you is you're going to step off that airplane and you're going to smell the flowers in the air. The air is going to be so thick with humidity and peace and sunshine that you are going to literally be transported to the most wonderful vacation of your entire life. But we're not talking about like their Hawaii is the 10 pounds they can't lose. It's the energy they don't have. So when you're selling them the product, you are selling them with Hawaii in mind, their version of Hawaii. So what do they want? What do people want? What did you want? I just wanted to get my breast milk back. And if I lost a couple pounds, great. Posting stories helps people see Hawaii in mind because they can see that this worked for someone. They read the story and they go, oh my gosh, maybe this could work for me. And if all you're doing is posting stories, you're missing the gasoline on the fire. Because what pours gasoline on that fire is you posting that story, and then within 24 hours, you doing a cold message saying, hey, I don't know if you saw my post that I put up yesterday about that girl that got her life back from this stuff that I use. I say it just like that, you guys. That generally, because that's how I would talk to a friend on the phone. Don't know if you saw that story about that girl that got her life back using that stuff I love. Wondered if you'd be interested in hearing more about it. Do you struggle with energy? Do you have any health needs that you are dealing with? That's how we send a cold message. That's how we send the ones that are more effective, right? And it's in that moment where the equation comes perfectly together because you've posted and you've messaged and you've touched on what they really want with the end in mind. When I say sell them Hawaii, I'm talking about talking to them with the end in mind. And yes, I still tell them this is what your box is going to look like. This is what you're going to take every day. But let me tell you what it's going to do and how it's going to make you feel when you're done with it. You're going to finally lose those 10 pounds that those last 10 pounds, they're coming off. And when you start the new year, you're going to start the new year with a dream you've never been able to have because you've been so focused on those last 10 pounds that you could never get rid of and you've just failed every single time. That's over. We're getting over that now. You're ahead of the game. See the difference? Okay. Lauren says, what do you say to a first-time poster who hasn't had belief in the products? I say all of that, and then I'll say, who do you know that wants to get ahead of the game and stop making the same resolution every single year too? What if I wrote a post for you that said, I'm done making the same resolution every January. I'm going to get ahead in 3 days doing this thing. Who is ready to do that with me? Who wants to do this with me? Would you post something like that in your feed? And then they're going to tell you yes or no. Does that answer your question, Lauren? Yeah? Okay, perfect. When I say all of this to you, when I paint this picture of what you can say and how you can do it a little bit differently, in your mind right now, what excuse are you fighting for to keep you from doing it how I've said? Because I know that you're arguing for your crap right now. Because that's a normal human response. Only a robot would be like, okay, yes, here we go. Lauren, great. Fear about what other people think. Emily, sometimes I don't feel like I'm as eloquent with my words. Interesting. Why do we think that it has to be eloquent? What if we're wrong about that? What if it doesn't have to be eloquent at all? What if that's just made up? Did you join because someone was perfectly eloquent? No. And here is the thought error there. Okay, I want everyone to listen so closely to this. If you think that you have to sound as eloquent as me, then you believe that your client has to fall in love with you to be ready to buy. And that's just not true. That's all made up. And you've been believing it for a really long time. I believed it for a really long time until one day I decided to ask myself, what if they don't even have to like me? What if they don't even have to love me? What if that's all just made up? What if I'm wrong about that? Are you willing to be wrong? Yes or no? Tell me in the comments. Are you willing to be wrong about people needing to fall in love with you to buy your product? Because if you are willing to be wrong, then there is a very high chance that you're going to make a lot of money in the next 90 days. If you want to fight for your crap and what you currently believe, then it's going to just slow you down a little bit. So if you want to just set your wings free to fly, then I would challenge you to be curious about, is it possible that I'm wrong? Because here is the thing that I know to be true about sales. You do not need them to love you. You don't want them thinking, I love her, that's why I'm buying her stuff. No, that creates a weak sales funnel. What you want to do, and that's not even happening. Like, that's not what's even going on here. They are coming to you thinking some version of, I wonder if this could help me. That's what they're thinking when they're coming to you. That's why they've messaged you. That's why they've been curious. That's why they've been following you. That's why they've been watching you, because they are thinking about themselves. They're thinking, wow, I wonder if that could help me. They're not thinking, she's going to have to convince me to fall in love with her to buy her stuff. But you are thinking, I need to get her to like me, believe me, and trust me so she'll buy my stuff. That is the thought error. That is all wrong. You're just wrong about it. And it's because most of you are women, and women are biologically, cellularly programmed to think, because this literally, you guys, the survival of our species as women hundreds of thousands of years ago, our cave women ancestors, they had to be liked and they had to be indispensable for her children to not die, because because her caveman husband had to go out and hunt. And then in order for her to be able to eat around the fire, everyone had to like her. And then if her husband died, she had to get another cave woman to like her enough to get her husband to share the food with her so her kids wouldn't die. So women are experts at getting everybody to like them. It is on a DNA level that you are a people pleaser. And those of you that say, I'm a recovering people pleaser, that just means that you are aware of it. Most people aren't even aware of it. There's nothing wrong with you. It's your lower primitive brain that has not evolved yet. It's hard to remember that we are in this ancient thing called the human body in 2022, because we're like, oh, I'm so evolved. We're so far advanced. No, we're not. We're living in the same body with the same brain that our ancestors had hundreds of thousands of years ago. We have a prefrontal cortex that thinks about its own thinking. We have a lower brain, our primitive brain, that wants everyone to like us so that we don't starve to death. But your brain is just misinformed on what's going to make it die. So you think, I need to get her to like me so she'll buy my stuff, so we'll have enough money. But that is wrong. And I want to set you free of that so you never have to think that ever again. Because what I want you to know that is true instead is that what you are actually doing when you're messaging someone, when you're doing a cold reach out, when you're making a post, when you're in a three-way chat, when you're following up, when you're doing your business, when you're doing actions that are going to make you money. When you do that, you are not trying to get them, like, let go of this idea. I need to get them to like me. They have to trust me. They have to know me. Stop. What you are trying to do is you are trying to get them from thinking, maybe this could help, to thinking, this is going to help and I want it. That is all we are doing. We are changing their thought from maybe this could help. We're influencing what they're thinking from maybe this could help to this is what I want to try, and I think it could work. Because when they think that, they feel hope. They feel confident. They might even feel skeptical. But from that feeling, they are going to take action that's going to lead to the result of buying your product. And it is so much easier to get them to go from thinking, maybe this could work for me, to I think this is going to help, then I love her. I want to be just like her. No, that's so much harder. You're making it so much harder than it needs to be. And I know that I have personally taught trainings and stood on stages saying, get them to love you, get them to trust you. I just was wrong. And you can totally do it that way if you want to. Some of you are very good at doing it that way. If it's working for you, go for it. But if you are someone like the other 99% of you who just cannot get them to fall in love with you to buy your stuff, I want to release you from that, because it is not required for you to be a person of influence to be successful at this. Your job is to empower your future customer with the thought that this is going to be the thing that's finally going to work for them. They are just scared that it's not going to work. So how would you approach your follow-up? How would you approach posting? And how would you approach private messaging if you knew that your only job was to center and connect with them on how this is finally going to be the one thing that would work? It's going to be with questions like, why do you think you're the only one that this isn't going to work for? Why do you think this isn't going to work for you? What are you going to do instead if you're not going to do this? Right? Please stop trying to get them to fall in love with you, to buy your product. They're going to fall in love with you when you change their life. And you're going to more quickly change their life if you stop making it about you. And also have so much compassion for yourself that you've been making it about you. Like it's in your brain. It's in your DNA on a cellular level to think it. And even if you're like, no, I don't do that. Maybe you don't. I'm not buying it, but that's fine. If it's not working for you, let's change something, because I promise you, this is going to work. And it's going to, all that's required is for you to be a little bit curious. And from curiosity, you are going to blow your own mind with what you can create in your business. Maybe your upline doesn't work. Maybe she doesn't host events. Maybe she doesn't do a team call. Maybe you have a lot of kids. Maybe your husband is unsupportive. Maybe you already work full time. Maybe the products don't work for you anymore and you're questioning the products. Maybe you can't get anyone to do the business. Possibly because you've been trying to get everyone to like you instead of getting everyone to just change their belief to, maybe this is how I'm going to save myself financially. Maybe this is what's going to help me lose the last 10 pounds, right? We just want to influence what they're thinking to come think what we know is already true, which is this is the way, this is the thing. And we get to drop all the drama that we need them to fall in love with us or like us or whatever. That naturally, that's just going to happen when you change their life. They're going to fall madly in love with you. I promise. They're going to be like, this is the best human on earth. Right? But it's just going to be so much slower if you do it the other way. Maybe you're thinking no one is responding to your messages, right? Maybe it's because you've been taking action from being a little bit graspy. Like, I have to get them to trust me more so that they will do this. So I'll send this message. Maybe you've been doing it out of scarcity. Maybe you've been doing it out of something else, right? But now knowing that you can do this for them, because what you guys told me in the comments is that the whole reason why you started sharing was to be in service of others. So how does it feel knowing now that you get to do it in this different way? Like, what comes up for you? What emotions are coming up for you right now? Maybe you're not holding rank. Maybe everyone's quitting. Whatever your reason is that's in the way of you being able to do it in this new way. What if you're just wrong about it? What if you were just doing your best with what you knew then? And now you can do it in a different way to have better results and have more fun with it. It's so much more fun this way. When you're making it about everybody else, it's so much more fun this way because you're not sitting here thinking like, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm doing it wrong. I'm not as eloquent. I don't have enough experience. That's not fun. That's like doom and gloom and black balloons. And how do we fix that? That feels like it takes so much more work to fix. But what if we could just be ourselves? What if we could just be curious about what other people want And what if it's just our job to help them believe, because this is all it is, you guys. It's just our job to get them to believe, something new. Yeah, I know it's scary. I know you failed at things before. How much is it worth to you for this to be the very last thing that finally works? Emily says, I'm brand new to this. It feels so good, but I still have so much to learn to share. Yes. And guess how you learn the fastest way possible? Leaning in and doing it all wrong. Making the mistakes, not being eloquent. You're like, ooh, that didn't come out the way I thought it was going to come out. But listen, this is really going to be the one thing that's going to change everything for you. What do you think? And as you do that, what you're going to see is people are still going to order even when you didn't do it eloquently. They're still going to order even when you did things out of order. It doesn't have to be perfect. And as you continue to do it, you're going to be like, ooh, I liked it better that way. Ooh, what if I said it this way? I wonder if I did this a little bit differently, if that would help them come around faster. Right? Okay. Any questions about anything that I've shared with you today? Anything. When you get someone into a message and you're sharing with them about the reset, I want to teach you the flow of what that looks like and the best way to get a yes at the end of that message, whether you're doing a private message one-on-one or you're in a group message helping someone do a 3-way chat. Okay. So I'm going to give you the flow of the system that works really well with that, with verbiage and everything. And then we'll be done with the call. Before I do that, Lauren says, when we are working, have kids and a business, how do we keep up with the pace of new customers, reach outs, and follow-ups? That's the one thing that keeps me from fast-paced growth. Why do you need fast-paced growth? What is fast-paced growth? I would challenge yourself on this belief that it's going to be overwhelming. Like, how do you know it's going to be overwhelming? Because it was overwhelming before, when you had it before, or you've seen other people be overwhelmed. Like, I would challenge yourself on that, first of all. Second of all, this is why I teach you guys the 1-1-1 method. That's how you center yourself to prevent burnout. And also, sometimes burnout happens. And it's not a bad thing. It's not something like sometimes it just happens, but you know how to take care of yourself if you end up there. And there's a difference between burnout and just being tired and needing to rest, right? So what I mean by that is when I say the 1-1-1, message one person a day, do one thing a day, like a post or a live, and then help one person on your team do the same. That is how you do it with little kids. Because when you start to think that it needs a lot of time, and then you have to start being like, okay, well, on Monday, then I'll just message 20 people so I don't have to think about it anymore this week. And then all of a sudden Mondays begin to be the day you dread because you're like, oh, I don't have time to do that. That was really stressful. The kids tore apart the house when I did that the last time. They broke a bottle in the front yard and I had to clean it up and it slowed me down all day. Right? Like, what if it didn't have to take a lot of time? What if it never had to be overwhelming? Right? Our thoughts create our feelings. So even if you have a lot of people doing the business and a lot of people messaging you, it doesn't ever have to be overwhelming. It's what you choose to think about it that creates your thoughts, that creates your feeling about it. So if you're like, how do we keep up with the pace? I would say something to myself like, there's no pace I have to race at. I determine my pace. And if I recruit someone that wants to go faster than me, then they get to determine their pace and I get to determine my pace. And I don't have to do anything because I'm a grown adult. I get to decide my own pace. And I can slow things down when I want to, and I can speed them up when I want to. But you are in the power seat. You are the one that gets to decide what you want to think about every single thing that happens to you in your life and what you choose to think and believe about anything, your team, the growth, your kids, the things you want to do in a day is all going to determine how you feel. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, asking yourself, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel overwhelmed? Because I have to get it all done. We totally don't have to get any of it done. We actually don't have to do any of this. We could go get back into bed and we could eat bonbons all day if we wanted to. We're an adult. This is the best part about being a grown-up. We can do whatever we want. Nobody's here to tell us we can't. It's like the teenage dream we always wanted when we lived at home and our parents were like, you have to go to school. You can't eat that ramen for breakfast. I would not recommend eating ramen for breakfast, by the way. But what I'm telling you is you have the best life ever. You're a grown up. You get to do whatever you want. You get to stay up late if you want to. You get to work your business if you want to. You get to let your kids watch TV all day if you want to. You can homeschool them or you can send them to school. You get to decide what you want to do. It's like the best thing ever. It's the best gig ever. Being a grown-up is the best. When people are like, oh, enjoy your childhood. Being a grown-up's the worst. I'm like, lies. Being a grown-up is the best thing ever. I get to do whatever I want with my money. I get to stay up as late as I want to. Who's seen the movie Tom Hanks' Big? When he's like a kid and he doesn't get to do anything he wants. And then all of a sudden he's a grown-up and he gets to do whatever he wants. And he like goes to FAO Schwartz, which if you don't know what that is, it's a toy store. I don't even know if they're in business anymore, but we always went when we were kids and it was so much fun to go get a toy from there. Yes. You're big now. You get to do whatever you want and you get to work your business any way you want, which means you get to determine what you think about it. You get to determine how you feel about it. And you get to make it fun if you want it to be fun, or you can make it miserable and be an overwhelm and burn out all the time. That's totally optional. And if you want to do it that way, you can actually get to the top of the company doing it that way. I did it that way. I know it's possible. It's just totally optional. And I found a totally different way to do it. And it's so much more fun this way. Like give yourself an out that you don't even have to do any of this if you don't want to. You could quit today. You could totally quit today. You could just be like, I'm not doing this anymore and be done. And you would feel relief. Relief is awesome. But you know what's more awesome? Love. Nothing feels better than love. And you know how you feel love? By providing value to people around you. Giving yourself value, giving yourself permission to be yourself and to show people the things that you've learned around you. Restart. Start working your business again. Let's see what you could do in the next 90 days with your business. How could you blow your own mind in 90 days? Like, what could you create if you could just be wrong about all the things that are in your way right now? Like, list them out. This is my homework for you. List out all the things that are in your way of being successful at this. Be like, my kids are too little. I have too many little kids. My husband's not supportive. My upline is crap. Like, just list it all out. What's in the way? Get really honest with yourself about that. What is in the way? And don't be like, just me, my thoughts are in the way. I know. I'm not talking to your prefrontal right now. I'm talking to your lower brain that is the salesman keeping you from your goals right now. What are all the excuses? And then after you write them all out, I want you to be curious. What if you're wrong about all of that? And that's the work that I want you to do when you're in the shower and you're driving your car. Like, get really curious about, is it possible that I could be wrong of my husband being in the way of my success because he's not supportive to me? Like, could I be successful with him not being supportive? And if I could, what would that look like? What would I need to believe about myself every day? And what if like how is it the best thing ever that my kids are home? Like if you have lots of little kids and that's your reason, that's what's in the way. I don't like calling it an excuse, you guys. It is a real valid reason to your mind. So don't tell yourself you have all these excuses. You don't. You have real reasons why you're not working your business right now that cause real feelings inside of you. So don't gaslight yourself and tell yourself it's just an excuse. It's not. It is a valid reason why you're not working your business. Why do you want to keep believing it though? And is it possible that you're wrong? What could you achieve if you were wrong about all of it? I promise you, this is going to open your mind up like a jack in the box. And you are going to blow your own mind. Come with me. Work with me over the next 90 days. Let's do this. Let's get you all the money you've ever wanted to do all the things you've ever wanted to do. Let's do it by creating lots and lots of value and taking lots of massive intentional action, not burnout action where you're doing it from scarcity and fear and keeping up. Not that. Come take massive action for me, providing massive value for the people in your life from a place of curiosity, of excitement, of genuine love. Feel love over the next 90 days with me. Love for others, love for self, love for what you want to create in your life. It's so much more fun this way. All right, you guys, this is how you recruit in Reset, and then we're going to end, okay? Somebody messages you because you did this post. Rachel says she's going to pay off Christmas, pay off the credit card, investments, and create value for people, especially with the Reset. I love that. Okay, so this is how we do it. We do a post. We send a message. We're doing something where we're income producing activities, right? You do a post and then you say, oh, did you see my post? You do a live. Oh, did you see my live? Something like that, right? Or you've done a story, you've posted about a product, you've done something, and they've messaged you. One of those two things is going to happen. You've either done a post or you've done a cold reach out and they're responding now to you. What do you do now? Number one, you say, is weight loss your only goal, or are there other health issues you'd like to address too? Right? And then they're going to tell you, yeah, I mean, I have hypothyroidism, or yeah, I'm always tired, but really I just want to lose weight. Perfect. You're in the right place. I'm going to show you some before and afters in a story to show you what these products are capable of doing. That's when you send the 8 before and after pictures. Emily, what are the 8 before and after pictures? Any 8 before and after pictures you've ever seen on the team page where they've used Reset. Just save them to the notes just save them to your phone. I just forward them to myself in Messenger. So I just go into that and then I just forward it. I just hit it. So it's just easy. It just sends them all at once. Then I send a picture of Marin. Marin is a girl on our team that had amazing results and her story was short. So I just liked it. So I use that one. So I send the 8 before and afters, and then I send Marin's picture on its own. So it's bigger. So the 8 before and afters, and then Marin's picture on its own. So it's bigger. And then I paste Marin's story, and I have Marin's story saved to the notes on my phone. If you're in my team page, then you just type in Marin, M-A-R-E-N, and it's there. And it just comes right up and you can copy it and save it. If you are not on my team page, you can go to my personal Facebook profile, Emily Ryan Gibson, and you can scroll back to when I posted her story recently. If you're watching this video like years and years from now, I don't know, type in Marin and Emily Gibson, see if it comes up. But it's in the main feed of my Facebook right now. And it says, Reset game changer, Marin, ... Day 3 reset. Yay, I'm done. See how we're selling Hawaii here? I'm literally day 3, I'm done. 3 days of fasting while nutritionally supporting my body and giving it what it needs, while also giving it a break from what it didn't need. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I probably need to take that past. I should take that out. Results: down a total of 4.6 pounds. Then she talks about how she lost inches. Feeling so refreshed, clear-minded, energized, and rested. Overall feeling of inflammation throughout my body has decreased. I have Hashimoto's and RA, so it's a battle this daily. Sleep has been restful and rejuvenating. I love how she shares the non-scale victories here. This is why I shared this post in private message. Didn't feel hungry the entire time. As long as I stayed on schedule with what was in the box for the first day, I felt satisfied. No sugar cravings. Steady energy throughout the entire cleanse. Will the results last? Well, that depends. On your day 4 and beyond, will you partner with your body? Feed it what God created as food, or grab processed foods, diet sodas, and sweet tea. Supplements aren't meant to replace a healthy diet and lifestyle, but to support it. So I can guarantee you'll lose weight and keep it off. I can't, because only you can choose that. But I guarantee you have that choice and will feel empowered to do the work with your body, not against it. Your health goals are possible. It's my favorite story to send because she's showing Hawaii and she's empowering her future customers by putting them in the driver's seat, by putting them in control. It's magic. So after I send those 8 stories, then I immediately send Marin's picture on its own and paste it. And see how it's not perfect? And I still sent it and it's still working. Doesn't matter. It's not perfect. I'm going to go back and fix it though. I'm like, yeah, we're going to take some of that stuff out that didn't make sense, but it doesn't matter. So then you send that. And then after you say, do you relate to her story at all? Are these the results you're looking for? They say yes. Then I say, perfect. Let me show you what's in the box that she used. Then I send the 2 pictures of the reset box and then the 8 products that have come in it. We've put them in all the team chats. They're on the team page. You can also just go to the website and get these pictures for yourself. Do not message me for them. You are going to go find it yourself, or you're going to screenshot it from somewhere yourself, or you're going to buy your own reset and take pictures of it for yourself because you are empowering yourself to build your own business. Okay. Then you send those pictures and then I immediately send this pre-scripted thing. Again, this is all in our chats. And if you're not in my chats, you're going to pause this video and you're going to watch it 17 times till you have it written out the way I've said it. Don't message me for it. Okay. This is what you say next after you do this. What I love about this pack, copy paste. What I love about this pack is that it starts with a metabolic reset for 3 days. I lost 4.5 pounds and tons of inches in that time. My husband lost X amount of pounds and X amount of inches around his waist in 3 days also. Then after the 3 days, you do the support products, which are the pink drink, the lean shakes, and the MetaBurn Mood Enhancer Fat Burner. Or if they do the triplex, you can just send it like this way. It doesn't matter, I promise. It's not a shake every day all month. There are 14 for the month, so you can mix it up. I like that it lets me eat like usual, but still lose weight. You eat normal food the entire time, except for the first 3 days when you only do what's in the 3-day box. It's super easy and will leave you feeling energized, reset, and weight loss. When I started eating food again, I didn't gain the weight back. I kept losing and have now maintained. I like that I don't have to think about it. For the first 3 days, it tells you on the box when and what to take. Just mix with water. Small box that you can throw into your bag if you work or are on the go. And after that, it's just the pink drink with 2 pills in the morning and a shake when you want. At this point, sometimes they go, cool, sounds good. Or they will sometimes say, how much is it? But sometimes they say nothing. So no matter what they say, whether they say nothing or whatever, what I do next is I say, would you like to see packs and pricing? And they go, uh-huh. And then I send them 2 pictures. The welcome pack with the triplex and reset, and the welcome pack with the weight loss basics pack and reset. It's the one that I've made for you that's in all the chats and on the team page. And one says gut health focus and one says weight loss focus. I send those 2 pictures with this next. This is the pack you need. It's $180 right now with shipping and tax and everything, but it normally is $215, and it will restart your metabolism in 3 days so your body can feel the best it's ever felt. You're saving $35 when you order this month, and you're getting membership for only $1, normally $19.95. You're also getting a free product, our cranberry our apple cranberry cider clean energy drink. So yummy for fall, hot or cold. That's worth $40 too. They give the kit to you at a discount your first month, but they've made it even bigger this month with 20% off and the free product while supplies last. And then if you stick with the 4 basic things, Slim, ProBio 5, BioCleanse, and Ease after the first month, it's only $155 plus shipping and tax after that. It will fix all your issues and give you instant results. You can choose between a gut health focus or a weight loss focus. Which one are you leaning more toward? That's it. They say yes or no. They say yes, you say, perfect, this is what I need for your order. And you copy paste what you need for their order. They text it to you. You put the enrollment in. You tell them, hey, guess what? When I did Reset, it was so much fun because I did it with a couple friends. We could sit and commiserate how much we hated the taste of the bone broth. Then we learned that if we mix the bone broth and the tomato soup together, it actually tastes pretty amazing. And it was just fun to do with friends. Who do you know that would want to do this with you? Because guess what? When you start with 3 people, the company's going to give you over $300 this month to make your whole thing free. Who do you like to do this kind of stuff with? They're going to give you names. And then you are going to go after those people like you went after the person that you just sold to with the same exact method and the same exact way, except it's going to be in a 3-way message. All right, you guys, that's what I have for you today. Let's go do this. If you sent that to them and it's crickets, they're just thinking about it. They're just thinking. That's fine. They need you to go live. They need you to keep posting about it. They need you to keep loving them and showing up. And in a couple of days, they might need you to come back and say, hey, have you thought any more about if you'd want to do a weight loss focus or a gut health focus? Because maybe they just opened the message and forgot to respond and they can't remember what your name is. Who knows? We don't know. Okay, just keep going. Show up for yourself. I love you guys. Bye now.